What's a subtle sign that someone's into you? Who they look at in a room full of people. They actually listen to your music recommendations and then come back to talk to you about it. I knew my now boyfriend was into me before we got together because of this look he gave me once. Difficult to describe, but his eyes very much softened and he just looked smitten. Cutest thing ever, and I still remember it perfectly. Well, he looks at me like that all the time now, but I remember that instance.
I was chatting with this woman for a bit, and she offered to cook me a homemade lasagna with a tiramisu dessert. Needless to say, she is now my fiancée.
Eye contact, asking questions to keep the conversation going, and finding excuses to touch you, like complimenting a piece of jewelry you're wearing and touching your hand.
They remember dumb stuff you said once and bring it up later.
Apparently, if they ask for your number, that's a big one. If they offer you drinks at a bar or social gathering, not being the host, too. Someone telling you repeatedly they're single might also be one. I had to be told those were occasions people were flirting with me.
They show a genuine interest in your favorite things. I have some quite left-field interests, and my girlfriend is extremely enthusiastic about them. She wants to listen to me talk about the Anzacs at Gallipoli, or how the political landscape changed in Germany in the 1930s. She makes me feel seen for the first time in my life.
I can tell when short women are into me, they look at me like a mountain to climb. When a guy is telling a ton of jokes, I know he's into me. He kept talking to me and kept staring at me. It's always the eyes. Once you notice it, it's unmistakable.
Good morning texts. Someone is thinking about you as soon as they get up.
I really like a guy now, and I routinely go out of my way to stop and see him at our work, and I make sure to stop what I'm doing if I can and say hello to him when he passes me.
Obviously, when they consistently seek your attention and are constantly trying to get you to engage in a conversation.
The way they look at you, sometimes you can catch a glimpse of a glimmer in their eyes, or they widen, or they seem really interested in whatever you're saying or doing.
They remember and genuinely care about the smaller details. I mentioned some story about a friend's situation to a guy, and he would genuinely follow up about it with me. Even the tiniest details about my usual rants, he'd remember those. It was adorable. Also, he would really care about what I think of him, or how his actions are affecting me. Not in a negative way, it was because he cared about what I felt about him.
They linger in your presence and have nowhere else to go. They start acting very weird.
Giving you much of their attention, their body is facing you, playing with their hair a lot if they're a woman, laughing at your terrible jokes, walking towards you from the opposite end of the store if you're walking by, smiling. It depends, everyone's different, but if you suspect they are, it's pretty likely they are.
They actually stop what they're doing when you talk to them. I feel like when a guy faces his whole body towards you in a social setting, that he probably wants to get extra spicy with you.
They remember incredibly small, offhand details you mentioned weeks ago and bring them up in conversation.
They'll find excuses to touch you. I once spent 20 minutes helping a guy find a non-existent pen in his backpack.
When a loud, funny, extrovert person is quiet and well-behaved around them.
They'll find reasons to spend time with you. Also, will keep updates about their day. I think that's core. A little moment when they can't stop looking at you while laughing.
Texts that show care, smiles at even silly jokes, probably looking into your eyes while listening to you or something like that too.
They consistently care about you. Like genuinely, if you will cry, they will cry. If you're sad, they are sad, etc., etc. And they're always there genuinely, even in a fight or distance. And your inner child feels safe and very, very happy.
They make time for you.
Eyes never lies. Pupils are dilating. Not all the time, but most of it.
When you look at them by accident and they're already looking at you.
Wanting to get to know more, like asking questions a lot about you.
Might ask about your past or current relationship and how it was.
Remember things you did, like some people might not notice, but they really are detail-oriented.
Wanting to hold your hand or get close with you.
Act different with you, that is deviating from their socials, wanting to impress you.
When you speak or try to be funny, they make sure to look at you to see your reaction.
They start acting like you, as in they may pick up unique words you use or phrases, seem to light up in your company.
The eyes. I really thought it was some bookish romantic thing, but it is real. The way they look at you like you mean the world to them, but still won't accept it.
They tattoo your name on their leg and build a shrine to you in their basement.
They will look more towards you in general. Didn't notice that with my girlfriend before we got into a relationship, because I was doing the same thing. Then I would see she was looking at me and my dumbass thought she noticed me and thinks I'm a creep or a pervert. They will try to be close to you, sit next to you in board games or at lunch, will want to be in your team and so on. Some do this very subtly. My current girlfriend did this and my autistic ass thought she was just lovely and friendly. Didn't figure out she had an actual crush on me. If you have a common friend, they might realize that person who has a crush on you speaks significantly more about you or about things related to you. For example, if she's explaining something, she'll use an example with you, your hometown, something you exceptionally like, or so on. They chat with you pretty often and possibly want to meet up or spend time with you.
Had this recently. Felt this energy when I was with them. They were always really sweet with me, and there was this crackle between us all the time. Like, I wanted to kiss him, and they wanted the same. He was always hugging me, etc., but I was hugging everyone, so I just thought it was all in my head. Then, one night, we were hanging out, and I got really excited and happy about whatever, and I kissed him. Then I stepped back, shocked at myself. Then he grabbed me and kissed me again. At that point, I realized they felt it too, and it wasn't just in my head.
For women, it's the body language. My husband said one of the first signs he had that I had a crush on him was how I played with my hair, or I swayed a bit when I stood talking to him, or my overall body language just seemed more playful.
There are so many signs, to be honest, like body language, that certain smile they use only for you, the looks, the way they get excited and their eyes light up around you. Most people really can't hide very well that they're having fun with someone they like, in my experience. They usually want your attention, behaving differently around you, choose to be closer to you in things like conversations. People have an acceptable social distance normally, and depending on how they feel about someone, it changes subconsciously. Laughing at your jokes, playing with their hair, shyness and awkwardness around you, when you have nat together, blushing when they get attention from their crush, the flirting, they look away quickly when you look over and then look back to check if you're still looking, to name a few. It's often obvious to everyone around them too. Lols. When people really connect with each other, there's usually a real certain something between them.
Going out of their way to be in your presence, feeling their eyes on you 24/7, but they can never look you dead in the face when you catch them, addressing you when they see you, and then disappearing for the day if they accidentally said good morning too many times or watched you for too long. Listening to you, your conversations, not saying anything, but subtly doing everything in their power to make life easier for you.
When you're in a convo and are making eye contact, but they keep breaking it every few seconds and look away as if they're shy.
Based on my experiences, some guys who liked me tend to avoid me. Literal. This one classmate of mine was an acquaintance, and I heard rumors that he liked me back then, and now awkward we are because that was a few years ago, but I noticed I already talked to everyone else except him. We also tend to have eye contact a lot because I do like him too, but damn, he's so shy. Etches. Anyway, I'll bring the secret to my grave that I liked him because my best friend likes him too, so girl code tile. Just to be clear, I liked him before knowing my friend's feelings, which turned out to be so much longer, so I have no chance. And also, they're shipped by the whole class, so I give up now.
They bring you food or share theirs without having to ask. In my case, I didn't think that he liked me because I thought he just wanted attention, but everyone around me kept saying that he did. We don't see each other anymore, from what I can recall. He would keep teasing me just to see my reactions, bring food for everyone, but he would wait until I took the first bite and wouldn't move until I said it was good. He always wanted to tag along wherever I went. If I stayed back at work, he would wait for me, bring up my name in almost every conversation he had with other friends, ask me to walk him home.
If they touch your arm a lot as when laughing and tend to almost overly laugh at your humor or overly agree, like I know, or exactly. A little too enthusiastic, but of course it's nice if you're single and want the attention. Awkward if married or in a relationship, especially if the other person is seriously attractive.
They mirror your actions, not mock. They remember details about you and the things you like. They tease you mainly to see your reactions and fanboy or girlboy about it. They giggle at the floor when they meet your gaze at the beginning of your encounter of the day. They try to spend more time with you. They consciously or subconsciously place you at their center of attention. They often place you next to them mentally. They care much about you. Are you okay?
It depends on the disposition of the person. Some may try to communicate, spend time, imitate behaviors, or talk to their friends about you all the time. Some may just try to fight war inside their head with the idea that they're falling, their world is about to be ruined, and there's no coming back. But the other person might have zero idea. Totally depends on the person, especially if the person is too comfortable in their world where outsiders get the least access.
When they always spend time with you, like random chit-chat, even on small things, like eating breakfast together, asking a random favor, remember a specific thing that you like or hate, random clothing goes missing.
They use your picture and their phone wallpaper.
They smell you. Like right before they're passing by, they'll take a big, deep whiff, but still subtle enough to go unnoticed if you're not paying attention.
If someone likes you, then you begin to refer to as family. You will be relied upon to regularly save the day. You will be given the freedom to do your job in peace. Love is a different and more complex story.
Taking your hat,
Taking hats and wearing them. When they copy you in tiny little things, even they don't realize they're doing it. Or start talking like you. They watch you sleep and call you often just to breathe in the phone and hear your voice. They constantly flirt and want to spend time with you. It's up to you if you want to reciprocate it. They'll ask a lot of questions about yourself to try to get to know who you are. Bonus if they're asking people about you too. Someone who isn't interested doesn't care to know because you're not on their radar. If their legs are on your shoulders, they might really like you. Don't know. Nobody ever had a crush on me, and I only ever had a crush on one person in my life. I always heard if somebody is constantly adjusting their hair or other small things about their appearance when they're talking to you, it's a good sign. I never really thought much about it until I met my current girlfriend. The night we met we were talking, and she just couldn't stop adjusting her hair and her piercings. I obviously noticed over the course of a few hours of this, then I remembered that piece of advice, and I guess the rest is history. Their pinky is in your cup, or just leave this line out for safest results. They'll do their best to help you even though you're not really asking for help. Also, whenever you have a favor for them, they'll automatically do their best to do it too. They'll do things they wouldn't normally do outside of their interests just to hang out with you. I love musicals and had several non-musical guys ask me to shows with them during my dating phase. These guys would never have gone to a show otherwise lol. It was sweet though. Little paper notes, think post-it size, handed to you while buying your breakfast lunches, when she sits on your face. She always checks her phone to see if you have texted yet. You can vet this through her friends.